Hi, welcome to another video series of thematic lectures. Today, I would like to discuss um, Statistics 1 paper Edexcel IAL May 2023. So we'll straight away move to question number 1. So this question is related with a histogram. So this histogram is the representation for 274 people. What is the meaning? That means if you are calculating the area of this histogram, that definitely adds up to 274. And you can also see this frequency density axis or the y-axis is not marked, correct? Only the distance traveled in kilometer is marked. Anyway, we will completely read this question. What is that question? Given that 60 of these people travel between 10 and 20 kilometer to work. So it is given in our question that there are, though we have altogether 274 people, specifically 60 of these people travel between 10 to 20 kilometers. What that means? It means that the area of this histogram, this rectangular portion, this area is 60 because area of histogram represents frequency. Clear? So if this is the case, they're asking us to find the number of people who travel between 22 to 45. So 22 to 45 means we are in a position to find the area from 22 to 45. Correct? So we need to find this area. Okay. So if you want to find this particular area, we must know about the frequency density axis. Like what is this 5 grids represents? We don't know that. So the first question is to find the area of this portion because 22 to 45, correct? So how will you answer this question? So we don't know what is this 5 grids represents or this complete block, what is that value of, or what is that respective frequency density for this 5 grids? We don't know about this. So we can just keep this height as h, and the distance between 20 and 10, we can see this is the difference between 20 and 10 is 20 minus 10, that is 10. So that means, so to answer this question, first of all, you calculate, the area of histogram between 10 to 20 kilometers. Okay, so the height is unknown and the difference between 10 and 20, we know that is 10. And this area, we know that it is 60. So 10 times h represents 60. Therefore, h represents 60 over 10. That means it is 6. So it means that this height is representing 6. So we know this height is actually subdivided into 3 blocks. So that means this must be 4 and this must be 2. Clear? And we know specifically this 2 consists of 5 grids. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 grids represents 2. So 5 divisions represents 2 means, therefore 1 division is 2 upon 5. So that is 0.4. So each value is 0.4. This is 0.8, 1.2, 1.6, 2. So how will you find this area now? This anyway, it is 2. And what is this grid? So 2 grids, that is 0.8. So answer for this question is the total number of people travel between 22 kilometers to 45 kilometers. What is that? This is the case. So this is 22, and this is 30, and this is 45. So this height is, we know that it is 2. So this area is, this difference is 8, correct? And this height is 2. So 8 times 2. So this is 16. And the difference between this is 15, and this height is 0.8. So 15 times 0.8. So that is 12. Therefore, the answer for this is 16 plus 12, that is 28 people. That is the idea for this particular question. Clear? So that is the answer for A part. So answer for this is 28 people. Now, the second question, that is, or the big question, is about finding the median. So what is the meaning of median? Median of 274 people. So median means it is the middle value. So we need to find the value corresponds to the middle value, or 50% of 274 people. So what is 274 by 2? That means 174 people. 137 people. I mean, 274 by 2 is 137 people. So we need to find the value corresponds to 137. So again, you can see the first category. It is a continuous data. So we know that this is 5. And this now ends at this position. So 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and this is 20. So this itself is the area of this portion, or this itself is counted as, this particular portion is already counted as 20 times this difference. It is 5. So the area, that means this itself represents 100. So we need to find what the value corresponds to altogether 137 people. So I'll try to draw that particular thing once again here. So this is the first histogram. It starts at 0. Now it's 5. This is 20. And we already got it as 100. Now we know that definitely 137 falls after 100. And you see the area of the second portion. So this is 5 and this is 14, correct? So 14 times 5 means it is 70. So that means these two bits altogether consist of 170. So 170, our required value is 137. So it is not exceeding, correct? So definitely it is after 100, and in that is actually happening in the second histogram, correct? So we need to find this value. So let this distance, we don't know this value. So this is the value corresponds to 137. So how will you do this? Anyway, our aim is to find the value corresponds to 137. So it's already 100. So we need the area of this histogram, definitely it is 37. So that 100 plus 37 is 137. So let this width, we can consider it as W. So such that this height is 14. So 14 times this width is, the total area is 37. Therefore, that width is 37 by 14. Am I right? So the value is 37 upon 14. So now you take your calculator and tell me what is this value, 37 upon 14. So I'm giving you some time. So take what is 37 upon 14. So what is that value? Is it 2.6428 something? It goes on something like this. If you're rounding to 2 decimal places, we can say it is 2.64. So that means this width is 2.64. So therefore, what is the value? The value corresponds to 137 is what? This still this is already 5. So 5 plus this width is 2.64. That is 7.64 kilometers. 7.64 kilometers. So what is the median? Median value is 7.64. So median distance traveled by to work by these 274 people, the answer is 7.64 kilometers. Why it is 7.64? Because up to 100, that is 5 kilometers, correct? So our need to value corresponds to 137. So it's definitely exceeds 5, and 5 plus width, that width is 2.64. So 5 plus width is that respective value. So 5 plus 2.64, that is how we got 7.64 kilometers. Got it? So that is how we are doing that particular question. And now move to C question. The mean distance traveled by to work by these 274 people. So they're asking about the mean. We know about histogram. Histogram is related with the continuous data. So how you calculate the mean of a continuous data? Basic equation for the mean is sigma fx divided by sigma f. So total frequency, the sum of the product of frequency times the observation divided by total frequency. Since it is a continuous data, how will you find that respective observation? We have to find the midpoint. So here you can see in our question, we have different intervals you can see here. So first of all, you try to figure it out, the respective height of each histogram. Okay, I'm just rubbing all these things. We know all the respective height for 10 to 20. So based on that, we are going to write the heights. Okay, so this height we already got it as 20, correct? And this we already know that this height is 14. This value is 14. And this is 6. And this is 2. And this is 0.8, correct? So the value is 0.8. So based on that, we try to figure it out the respective frequency. So for that, I'm just making a table. Distance covered. This is the frequency. This is the sum of f times x. Here, this is the midpoint of that. So first distance is covered in between 0 to 5, correct? Then the next distance covered is 5 to 10. 5 to 10. Then next distance covered is 10 to 20. 10 to 20. And the next is 20 to 30, I guess. See, 20 to 30. The next is 30 to 60. And finally, 30 to 60. Now, what is the midpoint of this? So the midpoint of 0 and 5, that is 2.5. What is the midpoint of 5 and 10? That is 7.5. What is the midpoint of 10 and 20? That is 15. What is the midpoint of 20 and 30? That is 25. What is the midpoint of 30 and 60? That is 45. Now, how will you find the respective frequency? We know that the area of each histogram represents the frequency. So first height is 20 and width is 5. So 5 times 20 is the frequency. So that means it is 100, correct? And for the next one, this is 5. So difference between 5 and 10 is 5. So 5 times 14. So that means the frequency is 70. That is, next is already we know it is 60. Then for 20 to 30, this height is 2. So difference is 10. So 10 times 2, it's 20. Then for the next one, this height is 0.8 and difference between 60 and 30, that is 30. So 30 multiplied by 0.8. 30 multiplied by 0.8 and that is 24. So we will note down all these values here. So first one is 100. The next one is 70. Next one is 60. The next one is 20 and next one is 24. Am I right? Is there any confusion? No, right? So now you find the mean. How we'll find the mean? First of all, you try to find the individual values. 2.5 multiplied by 100. So that is 250. So next one, 7.5 multiplied by 70. So that is 525. The next is 15 multiplied by 60. So that is 900. Then 25 multiplied by 20. So that is 500. And finally, 45 multiplied by 24. That is 1080. Now you find the sigma fx. And we already know what is the total frequency. Total frequency is 274. So what is sigma fx? You add it. 250 plus 525 plus 900 plus 500 plus 1080. So that is 3255. Therefore, the mean is equal to 3255 divided by 274. 3255 divided by 274. So we will get it as 11.879. So the question is to round to any. Is there any round? No need of rounding specified in this question, but we will keep three significant figures. So we can say 11.9 kilometers. So the mean value for this is 11.9 kilometers. So that is the idea behind this particular question. Hope you got it. It's a very simple question. Histogram. You can score 100% from this topic, histogram. Okay. So that is the idea behind this first question.